This is the quiz that's going along with your reading Tuesday, September 5th. It's called Forces, Balanced and Unbalanced. Just follow along as I'm going through these. Just remember that you can pause this recording as you're answering the question, so that way you don't have to worry about trying to keep up with it. Just pause it, answer your question, and then move on. If you do not need this, then just X out of it, go through the quiz on your own. This very first section, you need to make sure you put your last name and then your first name and then whichever period you're in right now with me. And then click next for the next section. Each one of these is worth 1 point. They do go in the exact same order as the reading, so you can pause your reading and pause this and do it all at the same time. Here we go. First question. Defined as a push or pull acting on an object. Force, acceleration, velocity, mass. Next question. Is force that a person or thing applies to an object? Electric force, magnetic force, applied force, weak nuclear force, strong nuclear force. Next question. You can choose more than one for this question. What forces act on Carson's scooter? Gravity, friction, applied force. Next question. This next one's a drop down. You get to choose one. Keeps pulling both Carson and the scooter toward the ground. Gravity, friction, applied force. Next question. Between the wheels of the scooter and the ground, prevent the scooter from sliding, but also slowing it down. Gravity, friction, applied force. Next question. Carson uses to his scooter to control its speed and direction. Gravity, friction, applied force. Next question. Every time the motion of an object changes, it's because a has been applied to it. Velocity, force, mass, acceleration. Next question. This one you can also choose more than one. Force can cause a stationary object to move or start moving, or a moving object to change its. Let me read that again. Force can cause a stationary object to start moving or a moving object to change its speed, velocity, acceleration, direction, mass. Next question. You can choose more than one if you'd like. A change in the of an object is called acceleration. Speed, direction, mass. Next question. How much an object accelerates when a force is applied to it depends not only on the strength of the force, but also on the object's strong nuclear force, mass, weak nuclear force. Next question. What units are used to measure force? Kilogram, Newton, velocity, acceleration. Next question. In the Bill Nye video, why did the granny lose the tug of war? The forces were unbalanced. The forces were balanced. Next question. Gravity pulls the book downward with a force of 20 newtons. Why doesn't the book fall to the ground? The table pushes upward on the book with the same amount of force, different amount of force. Next question. The combined force, or blank, acting on the book is 0 newtons. That's because upward and downward forces are balanced, so they cancel out. Applied force, gravity force, normal force, net force. Next question. In general, whenever forces act on an object in opposite directions, like the book on the table, the net force is equal to the difference between the two forces. In other words, one force is subtracted from the other to calculate the net force. One force is added to the other to calculate the net force. Next question. However, if the opposing forces are unbalanced, the net force is greater than 0. In this case, the object will move in the same direction as the first force, Newton's force, net force, gravity. Next question. The dogs are pulling the rope in opposite directions, but one dog is pulling with more force than the other. The net force acting on the rope is 2 newtons to the right, so the rope will move to the right, left. Next question. The boys in the figure below are about to kick the soccer ball in opposite directions. What will be the net force on the ball? In which direction will the ball move? Left, right. Next question. If two forces act on an object in the same direction, the net force is equal to the of the two forces. Difference, sum. Next question. In the figure below, after the man on the left picks up the couch, he will push the couch to the right with a force of 25 newtons, and the man on the right will push the couch to the right with a force of 20 newtons. The net force on the couch is 25 newtons to the right, 20 newtons to the right, 45 newtons to the right, 45 newtons to the left. Once you've made sure that you've gone through everything and submitted all of your answers and made sure that they are correct, go ahead and hit submit, and it will bring me your grade. It will grade it for you. It will also let you look at your grade and see which ones you got correct and incorrect.